This is a zoning violation citation having to do with open litter, open storage, 515 Walnut Street, non-compliance with the trash notice, written by James Ballard, the city's zoning enforcement officer. Mr. Reed, what's the status here?
My understanding is, Your Honor, and is laid out in the motion that it's.
Before we dive in, just a quick note. This commentary is created for educational purposes, designed to help those who may be confused or curious about courtroom processes. If you don't find it helpful, feel free to skip ahead. But for those who want a deeper understanding, stay tuned. It's about to get intense. Okay, folks, here's the setup. A long-standing zoning violation at 515 Walnut Street. Repeated trash notices ignored. Thousands spent cleaning by the city, and now a compliance order is on the line. Who's responsible, and how much power does the city really have to enforce this? Stay with me. This case has twists, drama, and a glimpse into just how much effort goes into keeping neighborhoods livable.
Still in violation. What we have here, Your Honor, is our belief based on the past pattern and is essentially utilizing the property. Will stage or store junk, garbage, rubbish, scrap materials, and from time to time take them off the property, back onto the property. I attached a log showing the city's contact back to 2021 with this filing, as well as photographs. I also attached to our pleading invoices in money that the city has spent cleaning this property. And our belief is now what we would like is a compliance order ordering him to maintain it in compliance. So we're not serving, waiting 10 days to go clean it up under the ordinance. So we believe he's been in violation, a continuous violation since 21. But we took this action in July of 2025 to obtain this compliance order.
Well, you've already spent several $1,000s on this. And so what you're asking for, we start at paragraph 10. The city of Three Rivers requests that a compliance order contain language that would allow the city to enter onto the property if the property is not brought into compliance within 30 days, and to remove and dispose all the items in question, and cost to the city for such action be spread on the tax rolls. 2, the order would require the defendant to keep said property in compliance moving forward. 3, city further requests that the defendant be ordered to pay the outstanding bill of $1,930 within 30 days or have the same spread on the tax rolls of the property. Next, the defendant shall pay attorney fees and costs, and if not, be spread on the tax rolls of the subject property. Next, the city of Three Rivers requests all costs associated with bringing this action, including costs and attorney fees, along with a fine levied, be spread upon the tax rolls of the defendant's property. So you're asking for continued compliance and paying fines and costs.
Yes, sir.
Detective Smallcomb, how you're familiar with this as I guess the current detective for the city of Three Rivers?
Yes, Your Honor. I drove by the property this morning just to double check before this hearing to see if they had made any attempts. And it appears that nothing has changed on the property.
Now, this is James McDuffie Jr., correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
The father, James Sr., is a friend of mine from way back. But the pictures contained with the file are taken in the summer. And what was there in the summer has not been improved any from what you saw this morning?
No, Your Honor. If anything, it appears there's more that's been added. I could see from the roadway at least 2 vehicles, it appears. that are covered in snow. And then some kind of appliance in the front yard, also covered in snow.
Well, this is a residential block of homes built probably more than 100 years ago. It's a city street with
Whoa, look at this! Despite years of notices, summer photos, and direct inspections, the property hasn't improved at all. In fact, it seems to be getting worse. Legally, the city has the authority to issue fines and now even place these costs on the tax roll, basically turning inaction into a direct financial consequence. Think about it. Would you let a property degrade your neighborhood for years without accountability? And look at those snow-covered appliances and vehicles. It's a visual representation of ongoing neglect. Drop a comment below. Would you have handled this differently if you were the city enforcement officer?
sidewalks and curbs and homes essentially on every lot. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
I used to deliver newspapers on this street, and it was, when I was a kid, a very fine neighborhood. I guess it still is. I'm sure the neighbors don't like having junk all over at this property. 515. Well, I don't remember if I delivered papers to this house, but I did do Walnut Street. And there's a blast from the past. There's no such thing as even papers, let alone having a kid deliver the paper to your house. But it was a thing 60 years ago. All right. You're entitled to the relief requested.
I will submit a 7-day order, Your Honor, on this. So 30 days out, which date would you like to use for the compliance?
Well, I'll do it 7 days, 30 days from the date I sign the order.
Okay, that is fine. So I'll leave a spot blank there for you, Your Honor, to fill
All
in.
right. Now, we have this issue every winter. It's hard to clean this stuff up in the January. But most of this stuff can be rectified. But yeah, your house isn't a place to store residential junk. There were some other complaints that came out of this house over the last few years. Is anybody actually living on this property?
I believe Mr. McDuffie and a significant other are living there. We made contact with him this summer when we were there taking photographs.
Well, he's about to get a surprise when a big truck shows up and a tow truck and starts pulling all stuff out of there. But he will have 30 days from the receipt of the order to start to rectify things himself. All right, Mr. Reed.
We'll get it submitted, Your Honor. Thank you.
Wednesday, non-jury Wednesday, is zoning day. Haven't heard much from Three Rivers lately, and I guess that's good. Is Mr. Ballard still there?
He is, Your Honor.
Okay.
Well, you're going to hear a lot more from us because we got a bunch coming down the pipe. I think Sam signed a few.
Oh, great.
That are getting filed. So
Great. That gives me something to look forward to.
well, some of the thing that happens, we'd file in the backlog waiting for the defaults to get entered so we can then take the next step in the compliance process. It was
Well, I've said this before, both in Three Rivers, Sturgis, Constantine. Zoning enforcement is important stuff. It has to do with the quality of life in your village, in your city. Nobody wants to live in a street with a house full of junk on it. And Roger Stanfield did that job. He was one-man effort to clean up the city of Three Rivers, and you could tell the difference from before and after. If you drive around Three Rivers, you don't see junk out in people's yards, and you don't see dilapidated stuff. And that goes to everybody's quality of life. I have lots of this stuff out in the townships, but not as much in the cities and villages. And we've had a few in Sturgis, as you know, Mr. Reed. But I think this enforcement is important, particularly in the city limits. And he apparently has ignored the citation, ignored the request for payment, and ignored his notice to appear. And this sort of thing, when you don't appear, you lose automatically. But there's enough testimony from the
Here's the takeaway. The judge issued a compliance order giving the property owner 30 days to clean up or face city removal, with all associated costs potentially added to their taxes. This case highlights the balance between neighborhood quality of life and property rights, showing how zoning enforcement works in practice. Enforcement isn't just bureaucratic, it's about keeping streets safe and clean. If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.
small evidence from Mr. Smallcombe that he inspected the premises today. They're in no better or actually worse shape than they were when the pictures were taken in June. So you may have your order, and the city and clean this up and put the bill on as taxes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sam.
Thank you, TJ.